Well, welcome back. It's been absolutely rock hard. I caught nothing over the bread punch. I caught nothing on the tip. And the few fish I have had, I've caught over chopped worm and caster. But they've been very small. I've got 2 small skimmers, 3 small perch, and 3 small roach. That's my lot. I've missed 2 bites. Both I think were perch because I was moving the float at the time. But there's about 20 minutes to go. I don't think anybody's done exceptionally well. There's been no sign of any pike, so usually that means if there's no pike about, there's no fish about. But the fish have been very, very small. And as I say, all I've been doing is just lifting my float, half a float out of the water, putting it back down again, and just occasionally it's dipped away, but it has been occasionally. I would think I've probably got 8 ounces if I'm lucky. But the guy next to me's probably done worse, and the guy on the other side of the tree I can't really see, but so the reports are that it's been pretty hard all over, even down on the favoured end peg, peg 20, by the bridge high bend. The lad walked up earlier and said he was struggling, and that's probably the best peg on this stretch. So that's winter fishing, I'm afraid. You know, day by day it changes. But we've been lucky today with the weather. It hasn't rained, it hasn't been too windy, and it hasn't been too cold. I've had my electric socks on, but that's all. And I haven't really been too cold at all. But the light will go very quickly, so I don't expect I'll be able to do any filming at the way in, because it'll be damn near dark, I should think. We finish at 3, but by the time we get weighed in it'll be nearer 4. But yeah, it's been a very, very hard day. As I say, I've got a little tiny tail of worm on there, and a micro fluoro pinky. That's what I've been catching on, really, just half a worm, half a small worm. I've fed the worm line 3 times, and I've flicked a few pinkies over by a catapult, but there's not really anything out there to feed, so I've tried inches off of the bottom, laying a bit of line on the bottom. I've gone down to an 0.8 hook length, so I'll really give it a good go, but it's just been very, very tricky. So there's been no need to have a pole pot on, because I've been able to feed every now and again, rather than with a pole pot you do tend to put too much out if you're not careful. But as I say, just lifting the float like that and dropping it. It got me those 3 perch. They were straight after I'd lifted it, but they're tiny, very small little fish. And the 2 skimmers I've had in the last hour, I should think. But again, I'll put the net under them, but only because they were bigger than anything else I'd got, but they were still only 2 or 3 ounces each, if that. But we'll see how we do. Everybody gets a prize today, so it could have been a lot worse. It could have been wet, it could have been windy, it could have been cold. So we got away with it weather-wise. Next Sunday is the Christmas comp up at Eamgate. I hope we get away with it there, because it's been postponed twice due to bad weather, and both times I think he done the right thing, because both times were very, very windy. I think the long range forecast is for a bit of wind next Sunday, but not too cold, and not much rain, so we can settle for that. That'll do. But as I say, I just go through the motions now. I can't think what else to try. I've tried everything. the canal pulled through a bit earlier, and they must have been draining a bit off, and so I had to refeed after that because it had washed away what grub was out there. But I got my float set down to just a tiny little dimple on the surface, but I'll say there's absolutely nothing out there to take it. But I hope you've enjoyed these little videos. As I say, we always do them here through thick or thin, and it gives you a rough idea of what the real world fishing's like. The commercials are great, but on these wild venues sometimes you do struggle. Right, see you all again soon.